And now for something completely different. You should always try different things, experiment, and learn. The most important thing you can do, in my opinion, is to learn things. And so today, I'm going to learn. I bought some stuff off Aliexpress from China, and I wanted to build a watch. So I've seen people do it. I watched the YouTube video, and this video was inspired by a girl on the YouTube channel, Switch and Click. I actually found her when I was looking for a mechanical keyboard that I wanted to get, and she recently started building watches. So she built one for her husband, so I'm going to build one for my wife, but I'm going to experiment first with a different one. So the parts I got from AliExpress are this. It's like a copy of a Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust. It's got a Jubilee. No, this is the presidential bracelet, I guess. The Jubilee would have a solid clasp there. And the weight and quality on this seems really nice. I also got some tools that I never had. Little Puff Daddy. Some Japanese condoms for my fingers. Things to push on the hands. And I got this bracelet. I got this dial, which is an unbranded Seiko dial. That I thought looked kind of cool. There's some more tool stuff. Some hands. Some more stuff for tools and the movement, which is a Seiko movement, the NH35 movement. So let's see if I can put this thing together. And this is going to be an automatic watch, so it won't require a battery. Alright, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to try. Let's start by figuring out how to take this back off. I'm going to do this part off camera to get the bracelet off because I don't know how to do it, and it'll take me probably a half hour. That took way longer than expected. Had to use a paperclip and a thumbtack. Not proper watchmaking thingamajigs. And so I guess I need to, before I get too far into it, I need to get something on my fingers so I don't schmudge up all the schmutz. Get some finger cots going on. So I don't get my grubby fingers all over it. So this is the case here. These Japanese condoms come in handy for protecting the watch from your finger grease. Don't want to get Cheeto dust all over the dial of the brand new watch I'm building. So in the back comes off like so. I'm going to be using the thumbtack, I guess, a bit in this video. We got a little gasket back here. It's the best way to take this thing out. It's out. And I also got some of this stuff here. This is a lube for the gasket. So it makes it water resistant. Actually, I'll place this face down. I probably should have done, I'm doing this completely just from the seat of my pants. So let's see here. We've got the movement. Let me throw that around a bit. I'm sure that's good for it. This will be a date just, so you'll be able to see the date through the little window. And then we got the dial. You guys feel free to tell me what I'm doing wrong. So this is a no logo dial. It's got these little feet on the back that go into the movement here. But I have to clip a couple of them off because these are universal dials, so they fit different movements. So just kind of put it on like so, and then figure out which ones to clip off. I have to figure out where the holes are first. Hang on one second. So the bad news is the other one I ordered was for the wrong movement. So I do have this one I was going to use for a different build that I just probably screwed up. But this one has a GMT, and this is not going to be a GMT watch. So this will be the experimental build, just to do something, just to learn something, anything. So there's a couple of these tabs I got to snap off. There's 4 tabs. I got to break off 2 of them. I'm just lining it up on the movement here to figure out which 2. Got to get rid of this one. And this one here. So let me snap those off and file them down a bit. And it's off. Boom. So now there's a little burr on each one of them. So I'm going to sand those down. I got to find a piece of sandpaper. Alright, not a good example. Don't do what I do. I didn't have any sandpaper handy, so I grabbed this nail clippers and I used the file off these nail clippers. Always use the proper tools for this kind of task. Unless you're doing a quick YouTube video and learning something and showing people how to not do things. I had to do it off camera because I didn't want to do it over this and get metal shavings all over the place. Get in your hole. Bam. There we go. The movement, or the dial, is on the movement. I'm going to call things by the wrong parts. Just so you know. When I got this little pad thing I probably should break out. For putting the movement on. Actually, this. That's what this is for. Alright, so now I got some hands that aren't going to match this at all. So this build is going to be completely goofball. It's going to be a mix match parts, but hopefully I'll learn something and do a better one for my wife's Mother's Day present. So these are the hands. Microscopic hands. It's hard to open these bags with the finger cots on it. Dump. Alright. And I've also got this stuff here. It's kind of like blue tack for picking up these things to position them on the dial. So this is definitely not the way to do it. If you want to build a watch yourself, go watch a watch building channel. Not mine. My channel is not for not for this kind of stuff. I don't know how to use this. So let's see. I think I'm doing things in the right order. So the first hand that goes on is the hour hand. Which side is up? That must be the down side. Yep, this side is up. So that sticky stuff, this sticky stuff, for placing the hand. And before I do it, I gotta figure out where 12 o'clock is so I put the hands in the right spot. So we'll just turn the, I basically would be turning the hands, if there were hands on this, until I see the date change. And this is not, I didn't have it pulled out far enough. I probably still don't have it pulled out far enough. Nope, it is. Okay, so it's just changing over. Listen for the snap. That's 12 o'clock, midnight. So now we got to stick this thing on here. Which one is which? I got these hand pushers here. Gotta look for the one with the biggest hole. Looks like this one. So you have a better angle at this than I do. Let's see if I can zoom in. Try and get it at midnight. Have I had enough coffee? That looks about right. Hopefully it is. I don't think it's on there. Is there a bigger hole? I don't know what the brass one's for. I think this is the biggest hole there is. Oh, hopefully I'm doing this right. Probably not. It's not right on 12. This is the hardest part, I think, people say. Hopefully that's it. But you don't know how, I don't know how much pressure to give it, so we will check it. Hang on, let's see. Go around to 12 and then around to 12 again. Let's get to midnight. Wow, that's pretty close. I think that's close enough for me. I'm not going to be up at that time of day anyway. So let's grab this other one. I've got other parts coming also, because I'm going to, the one I'm going to build for my wife is going to be like a two-tone. Which one's the next size down? I think. Yep, I think this is it. Hopefully that's it. Let's do some experimenting and see. I don't know if that's pushed on enough, but I can always change it. This is flying out. This is going to be a long video, I think. Hopefully you guys don't mind. And it's changing over kind of early, isn't it? Yeah, that's way too early. Or maybe not. Pretty close. I think it might be close enough. Let's try and push it over a touch. Man, that hour hand just doesn't look right, does it? I don't know. I wanted it to be a little bit more precise. Yeah, that hour hand is off. Look at that. I wonder if I can just... This is probably bad. Bad idea. Who knows if that did anything or not. Probably loosened it up and it'll probably fall off inside the watch. Let's try it. Alright, moment of truth. Need to move the minute hand up. So, this is the hard part, I guess. I'm calling it there. I'm calling it. I think there's got to be a better way to do this. Let's do it without the holder. That way I'm not bumping the hands. I think that's what happened, is I was bumping the hands. This is incredibly... Huh, okay. I don't know which one of these to use. Alright, last one. If it doesn't work this time, then it's just going to be off a bit. Look how soon that starts going, like almost like over an hour before the time. Ooh, Bober. Well, that's about as close as I'm ever going to get it. Now the hard part, I guess, is the second hand. So let's see if we can put this thing on there. This one's going to be a pain in ye old buttocks. Look how microscopic that is. One of these pushers. Red one looks tiny. Second hand isn't super important as far as the placement. I can't see. Oh, what's that game? Operation? It takes a steady hand. I need a jeweler's loop here. I don't know if I can focus on that thing. No, it's too far away. Nope. Denied. can't even get the thing on onto the goop. Alright. I may have to pause just to do this part of it because this is going to take me a while. I can't get it on there. Alright. I think this is the most challenging part, people have said. It's not on there. Hang on a sec, I gotta do this off camera. Oh, that literally took forever. So I got this on there. I kind of got the hands lined up to where it's pretty close enough for me. And then push this in. And it's a functioning watch now. So now I gotta put it, I guess we gotta put it in here. I've got to take off the stem. To do that I gotta push down on the little lever. If I can find something small and pointy, why not use a paper clip? Just like all professional watchmakers do. What do I push down on? Oh, that's why you have to push it in before you can find the little lever. Is that it? Yep. Bam. So I guess the watch has to be running before you can pull the stem out. Check that out. That'll look cool. I guess I gotta take this crown off. Alright, I need new finger cots. These ones are kind of goofy. Alright, just for reference, how I got the second hand on there is I put a little bit of the, I think they call it Rodico, or blue tack type stuff. I just put a little dollop of this on the end, and I stuck it on the second hand right above the pin, so in the middle of the second hand, and then I got a jeweler's loop out and jammed it on there. So now in the movement, the box or the movement came in, it's got the actual stem. This is just a temporary stem for building. Zoom out. I'm going to use my watchmaker's tool to get the stem out because I don't have the proper stuff. This one is going to have to get cut to size. And I also need, that's the wrong end, isn't it? Oh, wow, look at that. I have to figure out which end to cut, since I've never done this before. One end threads into this thing. And then the other end goes into the watch. Can't be this end, can it? I don't think so, because it has to be cut to size. So wait a minute, let me figure that out. I'll be right back. So it's the threaded end that gets cut, which is weird. I thought it was the other end. It looked like, in the other YouTube videos, it looked like it was the other end. So this end gets threaded onto the thing, onto the crown. See if I can do it without cross-threading. And on camera. Yay! Did it! Wasn't all the way in there. Alright, now it's all the way in. Just to adjust the day. One more click out for the time. So when you push it all the way in, I've got to measure from the bottom of the crown to the face of the case, and then remove that much out of the threaded portion. Be right back. This is going to take me forever to put this video together. So we got the calipers. That's going to remove a lot of material, isn't it? This must be an extra long stem, or I'm going to really screw this up. $949. That's what's got to come off. So we'll see if we can make that happen. So apparently by blind luck I accidentally cut this to the exact length it needed to be. Change the date, change the time. Man, it's not screwing on there right. Feels like it's not quite wanting to thread on there correctly. Huh. Feels kind of gummy. So maybe I didn't do it correctly. The case and crown, the threads on the crown just don't feel like they're jiving with the case threads that well. Wonder what I did wrong. Huh. It did screw down all the way before, but now it doesn't. What did I do? I probably just cut it too short or something. It looks like it's lined up correctly. It must be a matter of I cut it too short. Huh, that is so weird. It threaded on, the first time I screwed it in there, it worked perfectly. Maybe it just needs some sort of lube on the threads. I had to help it along with the getting those pliers. Now I can't take it back off. Yeah, it just feels gritty. The threads feel kind of gritty. Who knows what I did. And I should be using the finger cots, but you know what, I forgot to put them back on. So I've done something incorrectly because it doesn't screw down by hand. I've got to use pliers to get it to go on, to get it to thread onto the case. But it'll give me something to tinker with, I guess, and figure out what I did wrong and watch you guys make fun of me. So we'll just put this back in here. I'm just gonna put it together, see if I can get a working watch rolling. See how well it keeps time. If it keeps time at all. So there's a bunch of subreddits on doing these Seiko mods. Lots of cool builds that people have in there. So we'll see what next mod I can come up with to do. Let's put this on the correct way. How about that? This has the exhibition back so you can see the actual stuff in the case or inside the movement. Can I thread it on there? Man, this thing is... I guess if I thread it on with my left hand, it works better. So I don't know how I'm going to tighten this down. I don't have one of those balloon ball thingies that everybody uses. Well, poo. I need a better way to tighten this down. It's still going on. Just a lot of threads for the back. There we go. It's on there. It's on there. I got a working watch. I just need a tool to adjust it. So now we're going to do the battle with the bracelet. Put this thing back on. Wonder which way it goes now. There's probably a certain way it goes. I'm going to have to figure that out. I'll be back. How not to assemble a watch. This is going to take me forever just to get the bracelet on. And I got to use my handy dandy watchmaker's tool, paper clip. Don't use paper clip, use the proper tools. This is going to take forever. Got one side in. The other side hopefully will pop in easily. Nope. It's gonna go sliding out the other side. Such a pain in the butt. Just getting the last little bit put together on this thing. So definitely don't do it the way I do it. I think I got it in there. Yep, it's in there. Bam! This thing's not adjusted for my wrist. Well, actually not too bad. Man, this bracelet's hard. It's upside down. I built the watch upside down. See? But the bracelet on this thing's pretty nice, actually. I have a Rolex, and this feels pretty good. Let's get the plastic off. The most satisfying part. The final plastic. And off the sides. I probably should have done that before I put the crown on. Maybe that's what's messing with it. Anyway, that's it. First ever watch build. It's not the 4th, and it's not 3:12 p.m. But it actually looks pretty good. Not bad. Hands don't really match, but I can take those off and put different hands on, I guess. And it looks lined up. Looks like the 12 and 6 are lined up perfectly on the bracelet. So there you go. How to not build a watch by World Money Wins. Looks kind of cool though, don't you think? So this was my practice, and I've got parts ordered for the actual build of my wife's Mother's Day present. Anyway, let me know what you think. Talk to you later. I'm sure I did things wrong, and feel free to rip me in the comments, and that's it for this one.